I'm gonna start with Elijah.
Okay.
He called you a nerd.
I was surprised to know how much of a nerd he is.
Did you just call Vin Diesel a nerd?
He's a nerd.
What? Where is he? I'll bury him alive. He was impressed in your knowledge of just different worlds and Dungeons and Dragons
Sure.
and all the stuff that you spoke to him about. Books you've read that he hasn't read yet.
Sure.
Were you always fascinated in this kind of world, like the Dungeons and Dragons?
AJ, I was, man. I was at a very early age. It's hard to deny that geek card.
This is news everywhere. Kids are screaming.
I'm just being honest.
Vin Diesel's a geek!
I'm just being honest. My grandmother got me the basic Dungeons and Dragons set back in 1978 for Christmas. And it was probably the best gift I've ever gotten.
Okay, let's talk about the movie. Michael Caine wrote,
Oh my God.
the cast.
Well, think about it. If I'm going to depart from the characters that people have already adopted, the Dom Toretto's, the Xander Cage, the Riddick, the Groots, I want to, and I'm going to go into a new realm, a realm that I've always wanted to go to, but one that people haven't seen yet, the fantasy world. It's a smart thing to do to surround yourself with such a great cast. And so we do get the cinematic poster child for Tolkien, the cinematic in Frodo, in Elijah Wood. We do get arguably one of the best characters in Game of Thrones in Rose Leslie.
What's next on the plate for you?
We just hired a director for the next chapter of Fast and Furious. F. Gary Gray.
Really?
Yeah. Who
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just happened. Oh, it's so cool. It's gonna add such a different dynamic for the next chapter.
And speaking of which, have you spoken to how's Paul's daughter? Have you talked to her at all?
Paul's daughter's doing good. We're all kind of getting accustomed to the world without him. Doing this character at the time that I did it, it's no secret that the last year has been a dark year. And probably no coincidence that I played a character that thinks about death the way that Calder does and is melancholy the way the character is. When you meet Calder, you very quickly learn that he's masking pain and sorrow, and that's probably the best way to describe the whole last 2 years, or almost 2 years.